Bung bung.
ClayMcMathComedy.com. We've got a bunch of dates available on the website right now. Get to the website, ClayMcMathComedy.com. Get your tickets to any of my shows that are coming up and buy merch to support me as a comedian, to support us as a podcast. Just buy the merch. It fits well. It feels nice. It's butter soft. I mean, room temperature butter soft. So you want to wear these. You're swagged out. There's nothing better than Welcome to the Poddy merch. Honestly, I wouldn't be buying any other brands other than what we're putting out there, because not only does it look good, but it also feels so soft on my body. Welcome to the Poddy is brought to you by Bung Bung Coffee. I mean, look, this is a special kind of coffee. Have you ever been looking for a parking spot and all the parking spots just look too small for your car, and you don't even drive a big car? You drive like a mid-size sedan, and you're like, well, I'm not going to fit in there. If you drink some Bung Bung Coffee, you're going to slide right in that spot. Now, am I saying that Bung Bung Coffee is going to change, physics and the difference between space and time? No, but I'm going to say that your focus is going to really step up, and you're going to be able to fit right in there with plenty of space to open the door, even if you're 6'7", and you got bad knees, so you're not even that nimble when you get out of the car. If you are that type of man, woman, or indifferent, Bung Bung Coffee is going to help you park your car. What other product offers that type of convenience? BungBungCoffee.com if you want to get your car into parking spaces that seem too tight. BungBungCoffee.com. Enter promo code Poddy, that's PODDY, promo code PODDY for 15% off all orders because you listen to the Welcome to the Poddy podcast. BungBungCoffee.com. That's BUNG coffee.com. Let's start the show.
Welcome to the Poddy. Best show on the internet. Ask anybody. You know it's easy money. Sit back, relax, get your headphones, everybody. Welcome to the Poddy. Blackout in the booth. Every episode's a party. We go hard like Ricky Bobby. Tell a friend to tell a friend. This is Welcome to the Poddy.
Welcome to the Poddy. Bung bung. It's your man Claytron, aka the Big Boss Man, aka the Clumsy Jeweler, because I'm always dropping gems, aka the Milkman, because I always deliver, aka the PhD of podcasting, the Magnum PI of podcasting, the Captain, the waltzing Matilda of podcasting. Because oh my God, did you see those Matildas in that penalty shootout? Good Lord. Now that was, dude, admittedly I didn't watch the whole game. I turned on the TV because I wanted to watch the footy, the AFL football. And that wasn't on the cards, not that night. That game went into extra time. They played about 120 minutes. An extra 30 minutes. That's almost an extra half of football. Still no score. And then they went and did a penalty shootout, and boy was my heart racing, and boy was my emotions flooding through my body. I was getting emotional. Every time we kicked one, every time we saved one, I was like, yeah. God, it felt good, man. Man, patriotism. That's what it felt like, man. Made me want to just, join a hate group. Dude, I felt so patriotic, man. It was beautiful. They get up there and they're so serious, looking at the ball, looking at the goalie. Serious. They get up there and they just, one of them did a little stutter step, like fake out. I didn't even think that was allowed, bro. There's rules to this pimp game, and we're talking more about soccer than the pimp game, but man, I was out there just really feeling it for my country, man. I almost joined the military straight after that. I was like, sign me up. I was about to sign up and just get right on to the artillery, baby. I was feeling it. I was feeling it. Man, I forgave everybody. I was like, Gina Reinhardt, bro, I love you, baby. You know, I didn't care. I was feeling it, dude. Shout out to the Matildas, you know, Sam Kerr. I forget the name of everybody else. Okay, but the young girl, the 10th penalty kicker, dude, she came through. Wow. Shot a bullet in there and she won the game. She wasn't even, bro, you're only supposed to have 5 penalty kickers. And it was just like tie. And this young girl who wasn't even, she wouldn't even in her mind, she wasn't even thinking like, I'm going to have to kick a penalty tonight. And then she kicked the winning penalty. Bro, I wanted to cry, dude. I was just like, this is the moment. This is what you've been waiting for. Man. Remember when you were out in the backyard shooting hoops and you're like 3, 2, 1. That was she lived that. She got to live that, man. Good for her, man. Oh man, she'd be riding high. I know they didn't win the World Cup or anything yet. That was the quarterfinals, so now they're into the semis, and then they'll hopefully go to the World Cup game, dude, and win that. Go Australia, man. That's what I love. That is what I love about sport, man. I was just, I wanted to cry, dude. Dude, I'm such a pussy in my old age. I know I'm only, what is it, 32, 33 maybe? I can't remember, but I'm getting old and I'm getting soft, bro. And I wanted to cry watching that, man, because I was just like, there's like millions of people watching this, and they're not watching it in the background as they plot a terrorism attack. You know, people are just watching this in the moment, happy or sad for their countries or indifferent. So maybe I've just completely gone against what I said, and maybe the indifferent people could be plotting a terrorist attack while watching the Tillies in the background. But dude, the Australians watching that were all just on the same page. Vaxxed, non-vaxxed, Indigenous, non-Indigenous, rich, poor. You watch the Matildas and you're like, go Matildas, man. And that is a beautiful thing. Even though we're all separate at the time, we're all together in that moment. In that 90, 120, 140 minutes of football, we are all on the same page. It's not like the Crows versus Carlton, bro, where, you know, few people go for this team, few people go for this team, and then everybody else goes for other teams. The whole country has to go for Australia, bro, you know? Unless you're an expat, you know, you could be Croatian or whatever, French. But what a moment, man. And that's the power of sport. And people, why do athletes get paid so much? Like, what are they adding to society? They're stopping terrorist attacks, bro, every day. Especially when you're playing for your country, bro. Everyone is in the moment watching that, not planning terrorist attacks, bro. They are there just figuring out the rules of soccer. Like, is the goalie's off the line? What does that mean? And that's beautiful, man. That's beautiful. No buildings are going down in that moment, and that's a guarantee. And that's why sports deserve money, man, especially the men. Shit, it's been a week, man. It's been a week. Me and Boardman. Obviously, Boardman's not here today. He's on annual leave, so shout out to him. But this week, we went and saw the movie we were supposed to review this week, but that'll be next week now. So I still watched some BS this week that I'll go through, but I won't go through it in too much detail. We'll get out of here pretty quickly tonight. But man, Rach and I, we went to the Adelaide Symphony Orchestra, bruh. They were playing some jams. jams, baby. And you're like, jams? What the F are you talking about, Clay? We went to see them play the scores from films that Hans Zimmer scored. Films such as Inception, Interstellar, The Da Vinci Code, I think. Lion King. Yes. He worked on Lion King, yes. The OG Lion King, by the way. What else did he do? Man, he's done some bangers. Batman, obviously. He works with Nolan a fair bit. He didn't on Oppenheimer, unfortunately, but the dude that did the Childish Gambino album did the Oppenheimer. And that was Oppenheimer was flames, bro. But we'll get to it. And no pun intended with flames, but yeah, that was dope because like I'm not into orchestra heaps, man. Like I'm cultured, bro, but not that cultured. You know, I'll eat a snail, but I don't want to hear a nigga on the tuba. You feel me? So it was dope though because because Rach is hell artsy. She's into art. She wants to go to the art gallery. She wants to go to the orchestra. She wants to go to theater, dude. Theater plays, like amateur. And I'm not into it. And then we saw this, and there's like bit of this, bit of Clay, movies, Hans Zimmer, bit of Rach, orchestra, bang, intertwined, perfect date. So we went and did that. That was so fun. It was also short. It was quick. 1 hour in, out. They're not, we're going to do 3 hours of classical music to appease our own egos and all of you people in the crowd can pretend that you care for it as if you are a true patron of the arts. Get the fuck out of here, bro. It's not like that. No one. Hey, you can love classical music all you want, but you're pretty happy to be out in 1 hour, bro. And we did. We got out of there, and man, it was nice. It was cool. It was beautiful. It was in town hall in Adelaide. I'd never even been in there before. And that was a beautiful venue. Beautiful. It was by candlelight. Man, it was beautiful, man. It was beautiful. And then Rach went away after that for the weekend. So it was just me. It was just me on the weekend. And we went over this last episode. You know what happens. You know what happens, bruh. If it's just me, I'm going to get piggy with it. Bro, it is going to be so serious, bro. So sincere. I'm getting piggy with it, baby. When Rach is out of town, bro, I go nuts. I can't even remember what I ate that weekend, but I went silly because I went to the movies with Boardman to go see Oppenheimer. And I'll tell you about those snacks when we break down that movie next week. But I went home from there. And I went to KFC. I ate it and I went outside and I put it straight in the bin outside. I hid it. So I was shamed. I was filled with shame. And you should be when you do that. So I tried to hide that from her, and I can't remember what else I ate that weekend, but I went for it again, dude. Every time she's gone, I get crazy, man. Crazy on the food. But it's so fun. But also, you know, she went with Kenny. So I've got time. What did I do the next day? Got on the bike. Banged out a workout on the bike. Sweating. And man, my sweat was itchy, dude, because I didn't sweat for a long time. So I'm sweating out all types of, I'm sweating out beers and fried chickens and cheeseburgers, Biscoff, I'm going crazy. So it was good though to get back on the bike, man. Have I since? No, Kenny's back, man. And he's busy. He is busy, dude. So if you think I've got enough time, bro, guys that go to the gym when they've got kids, bad dads, I can tell you that much. Because there's not enough time. There's not enough time for you to do it. There's not. Unless you've got unless you go to a gym with a creche, then, well, must be nice, brother. You really cashing checks like that. Well done. But Me, I can't go to next gen, dude. That's too much money for me. So yeah. If you're still going on the gym with a kid, okay, you're a bad dad, bro. And hey, I welcome the emails. You send them right to me, dude. I'm telling you right now, you're a bad dad. Sorry to be the bearer of bad news, bro, but you're a bad dad. Rachel's car got all messed up. Not all messed up. I don't want to get into the intricacies of it because it's not interesting. We sent it to the repairer. They don't know what's going on. I do. I'm not a mechanic or auto electrician, but I know, okay? Which is really frustrating. Do I know how to fix it? No, but I know that what they're saying is a problem. It ain't. So that's pretty frustrating. And so I had to take the car to the service or repair or whatever you want to call it. And I got a taxi home. And I'm in this taxi, Australian guy driving. And first off, the way he said my name, he gets out of the cab, right? Because I put my arm up. He gets out and he goes, "Are you Calabaran McMath?" I was like, "Yeah." He's like, "Is it just me, or is that the most Scottish name I've ever heard?" I was like, "I don't know. I don't really know the origins of it, you know, African American, so probably not Scottish." That's what I said, you know. He's like, "Oh, okay." He turns up the radio. What's playing? What's playing, you ask? It's like a sermon from a church, an American church, and this person is like the most far right shit I've ever heard. They're like, "If you're not vaccinated," I was going full Australian just then. He's like, "If you're not vaccinated and you're saying that people should get vaccinated, that's not love. Love is loving the vaccinated as much as the unvaccinated, but also the vaccinated are weak." And everyone's like, "Ah." He's like, "Woke people are so stupid. Ah, trans ain't real." Ah. Right? I'm like, Jesus, what the fuck's going on? Right? No. The right to the Second Amendment is our right. Ah. They're trying to take our guns. Ah. And I was like, what am I listening to, bro? This dude has got it pumped up as if he's listening to freaking Limp Biscuit, you know? The hot dog flavored water, you know? Chocolate starfish. It was nuts. It was mad uncomfortable, bro. You get it, right? When a guy asks you what your nickname means, he's basically like, "So you're a black guy and your nickname sounds white. What's up with that?" Right? That's pretty much what he said to me. And then he played me that shit on fucking repeat or whatever for the whole ride home. So that was scary. And luckily I had Kenny with me because, like, I guess Kenny gives me clout in the white community. So that really helped me out. But man, that was fucking, I went through a really racist situation in Nebraska when I was I think I was 17, and that was a less racist situation than this taxi ride, bro. And yeah, no one called me the N-word, but I wish they had of, because that would have been less racist. This was nuts, man. Absolutely nuts. I can't believe I exposed Kenny to that. Yeah, me and Kenny, man, we went to the park. I went to 2 parks this week and met 2 dads, and that made it official that I am for sure on the spectrum, man, because I cannot talk to strangers. And if you talk to me, I promise you I'm not looking you in the eye. And that, that's on my set. Dude, I am not looking you in the eye. Do I think you're going to turn me to stone? Absolutely not. I don't think that. It just makes me mad uncomfortable because I am obviously a speckhead. Which is fine, by the way. So stop hating. And that's actually kind of dope, actually, because being black, especially half black these days, is not diversity anymore. Like we've had our time in the sun, you know, Black Lives Matter and all that bullshit. So no one cares about if you're black anymore. And because because comedy is so woke now and they just want diverse lineups, being a black male is the same as being a straight white male, and I don't get any gigs. But since I'm fully on the spectrum, maybe I can start getting some gigs soon. So that's pretty exciting, man. I guess it's still technically undiagnosed, but the way I ignore eye contact, bro, I am specced out, bro. Spec it up and spec it out. Bro, I'm high spec. If I was a vehicle, bro, I would cost tens of thousands of dollars of extra, bro, because I'm fully specced. You understand me? Bro, one more thing before we get into the movie reviews. It's my friend B-Mac's birthday this week. Shout out to B-Mac. And we went out for lunch, bro. And it was at a pretty fancy place. You know, I don't like to give free shout outs, but this place is getting a shout out. Penfolds, McGill Estate, okay? Adelaide, Foothills. This winery is known for being like some of the most lit wine. And I don't mean like it gets you super lit. It probably does, but it's supposed to be really good. Now, I'm not a wine guy. All wine sounds and tastes the same to me. So I had some wine on this day, and yeah, it tasted exactly like wine. So that's a good start for them. But dude, it's fancy when you're sitting up just in the restaurant around people, right? It's mad fancy, and it's like a situation that you kind of think like, damn, like you better be breaded up for this. And then you go to your friend's birthday and he's got contacts where you can go underground into the wine cellar and sit at a table by yourselves, like a Coke party, except there was no Coke. And so it is just like, it's fine dining. Fine dining. This food was off the Richter, bro, straight off the meat rack. This shit was something special, dude. I had the best gnocchi I've ever had in my life. That's potato pasta. And it melted in my mouth. Absolutely no hormones, but if so be it. You feel me? Yeah, I'm eating this melting gnocchi. We've got pork buns. We've got chicken wings. We've got kingfish tartare, tuna tartare. Man, sourdough bread and butter. That was flames. There was, gnocchi. Oh, creme brulee. Bro, this shit was something else. Okay? And just the environment we were in, I'm not doing it justice the way I'm explaining it. It was 9 of us under the restaurant. Okay, underneath the winery, like we were in a bunker, okay? It was literally like I may as well have been at Auschwitz in a good way. in the good way. Think of Auschwitz, right? Now, minus the bad bits, and then that was us, okay? We're down in a tunnel that, seemed like it could have been airtight if it wanted to be, and seemed like it could have got very hot and gassy. It felt like if someone wanted gas to be in there could have been. Okay? And instead of there being gas, there was just mad good food and mad good vibes. So yeah, basically, like I said, the good parts of Auschwitz. So that was special, man. That was really special. That was, no lie, that was the best dining experience I've ever had. Quote me on that. And while you're quoting me on that, it's the best dining experience. It wasn't necessarily the best food I've ever had. Now, was it absolute fire? Yeah. And was it the best gnocchi I've ever had? Yeah. The best food I've ever had is still, bro. I mean, Chin Chin's something else. Chin Chin's nuts, and Chin Chin's so good. It's almost like the fast food of fucking fine dining, bro. It's like a chained restaurant, but it's so good, man. This was next level quality food. In the best setting I've ever been in. I've never been in a situation like this in my life, and I might not be again. So I'm super thankful to BMAC for having a birthday and having it there. Let's do it.
Comedy, action, or horror. Will this movie win an Oscar? Set design, directing, acting, lighting, or costumes. This segment is Clay's Reviews.
All right, I've got three for you, and I'm going to keep them quick today, I think. The first one, you guys know that I love Luther, the TV show, BBC TV series, but they made a movie, all right? And it's called Luther, the Fallen Son. There was just a few things about this film that I just didn't get jiggy with. Okay, so Luther is Idris Elba, by the way, if you're not familiar, and he's a detective that doesn't do things by the book. So he's got a propensity for violence and all types of wrongdoing, right? And that's kind of addressed pretty early in the film, and there's reprimanding that goes on and shit like that. Sorry, I'm a bit lit. I'm actually a bit lit like right now, if I'm going to be honest with you. We had a family like lunch today, big family, like too much, 20 people, and I just been drinking all day, bro. Oh, and yeah, so I'm yawning and shit now, so excuse me, but yeah, so they address his like history at the beginning. Basically, this serial killer is terrorizing London by kidnapping people. It's almost like Saw, right? So he's kidnapping people and putting them in this situation where it's a red room. If you don't know what a red room is, basically it's a murder room that's hooked up to cameras, and people can watch what happens online and vote for like what happens to this person. You know, skin them alive or drown them, or just pull them apart with chains. You know, chains around their wrists and ankles, and decapitate them. You know, violent things, and you get to vote for it. And he basically set up a red room, and you know, Luther has he's got a sixth sense of like he can look someone in the eyes and know whether they're good or bad, right? And he knows how to figure these guys out. And the way he figured it out, dude, and this might be a spoiler alert, or maybe it's not, but he asks his wife, "Oh, how'd you solve the crime?" "Oh, I just asked his wife." "Oh, and she told..." Yeah, she was mad at him, so she told me." "Oh, what?" And then there was like this big to-do, okay? For some reason, all the action right at the end happened at daytime, and then it just automatically was nighttime. There was some frozen ice that people were underneath, and then when they got pulled out of the ice, they went in the ice, daytime, got pulled out, it's nighttime. And they're dry. They're dry, but they're cold. You know, it was so, man. The inconsistencies were nuts. The story sucked. I like a story with a serial killer who I'm trying to figure out as the movie goes. I'm trying to figure out who the serial killer is. This one introduced the serial killer within 5 minutes. I was like, so I know exactly who it is. And you're trying to tell me that we're trying to catch him, right? We're trying to find clues and catch him, but I already know who it is, so I don't give a fuck about clues, right? It sucks, man. Don't tell me who the killer is. introduce them to me as someone who cares or whatever. Right? And then later in the movie, you're like, oh my God, he's there right the whole time. He's been there all along. That's fun. But to just know who it is at the start doesn't make sense. And it didn't, he wanted Luther to be a part of to be the guy that chases him. But they didn't explain why. They didn't explain why Luther. It just wasn't great, man. I love Idris Elba and I love Luther, the TV series, but this, I think I can only give it a 5, man. I'm sorry for the shitty review. I'm so lit. The next one I watched was Black Adam. It's Dwayne, The Rock Johnson, and he's a superhero. It's his superhero movie, and his outfit is kind of dope until it gets to the neckline, and the neckline is like low cut. It's like, it would have been heaps sexy if The Rock had proper cleavage, not like muscle cleavage, but like tit meat. That would have been sexy as. But this low cut man shirt, super gay. Someone in the movie's name was Isis, which was heaps to wrap my head around. This movie was made in 2022, and they're calling one of the main characters Isis, which is just like obscene, bruh. The Rock, he did a pretty good job as this superhero, but the whole movie was about superheroes fighting Black Adam, like other superheroes from potentially the Justice League or whatever. I don't really know the background of these guys, but the whole movie was that, and then at the very end, it's like, let's be friends and we'll fight together, and then they do that, and then it's over, and it's like, what the fuck, dude? That was gay. There's a whole skateboarding scene in it because it's I think it's aimed at kids and they wanted it to be cool, and it's like the most uncool dudes in the world are working at this film studio. They're like, oh, what'll make the kids like it? And they're like, dude, kids love skateboards, do skateboarding, and maybe they're right, but fuck, they're the biggest losers ever, man. Shout out to New Line Cinema, but yeah, no, this one I've got nothing to really get into here, bro, other than like shout out to skinny actors, bro, because a skinny actor lost a job on this one because The Rock got this job, and basically what happened was they kept going back in time like thousands of years to like what he used to look like, and he was skinny, and they CGI'd his head onto other people. And that was nuts, seeing The Rock's big HGH head on like a skinny body. Like, this dude has done so much drugs that his head changed shape. And now you're going to put it on a normal man's body? That's psycho shit. Like, this dude has pumped his head full of steroids, bro. It's like his muscles have literally expanded so far that they can't expand anymore, and so the muscles are rejecting the steroids and sending the steroids to his dome, bro. And now his head's expanding, and I don't know if that's making him smarter or what, but if he was so fucking smart, he would have rejected the costume that they gave him, because that shit was trash, bro. And the movie, I mean, another one that's, I can only give it a 5. I can only give this a 5 out of 10. And the last one on Amazon, on Prime Video, Father Stu. Father Stu, starring Mark Wahlberg. Mark Wahlberg. In this one, he's like a, you know, he's a boxer, and he's cheeky dude. He's sort of outside the law, catches a couple DUIs, and then he wants to become a freaking priest. And he does, and this film is more about direction and finding who you are and what you want to be and what your calling is. Had it not been about religion, I think I would have appreciated it more. You guys know my opinion on religion and all that, cults and all that kind of shit. But he wanted to be a boxer, then he wanted to be an actor, and then he saw a hot chick and he wanted her, And then she was religious, and then he went to church, and then he figured out that he wanted to be a priest. And it's an unrighteous path to a righteous position, I suppose. You're trying to bang a chick, and you're trying to bang her through church, and then you discover you want to be a priest, and then you're never allowed to bang again. And that's more like karma than anything. That's crazy. So you actually can't ever fuck again, bro. And that's on you. That's your decision to spread God's word and God's love. The thing I liked about the movie is basically he gets a death sentence, essentially. He gets I forget the name of the disease. Two people in my life have had similar diseases, not the one he had, but motor neurons is one, MND, motor neurons disorder, and muscular dystrophy. Basically, the degenerative muscular disorders where you just waste away from the inside out over a long period of time. And he got one of these, died by the time he was 50. They said he was like one of the youngest cases to ever get it. When you're in a position of spirituality and believing in the soul and all of that, the vessel, the body, doesn't matter. Essentially, the day we're born, we start to die. The day we're conceived, I guess. And if you believe in destiny or fate or whatever, I guess that means that there is a time when your time is up, and there's nothing that you can do about it. And whether that time is a miscarriage or a stillbirth or an abortion. So I guess from the time that you're conceived, you're essentially, the clock starts ticking down to the time that you die, which leads me to a point of like, why do we place people's ashes on the mantelpiece, or why do we bury people and take up real estate, take up space with cemeteries when a person's body dies, but their soul lives on, right? Their memory lives on. No one can ever take that away from anyone. You are immortal when it comes to memory, right? But only for so long. Only as far as generations pass you on. So I guess that's why fame is so valuable, because if you mean enough to enough people, people are going to see your movies, people are going to listen to your music, people are going to hear your jokes, people are going to look at your paintings, people are going to visit your gravesite. So I guess that matters. But does it? If people can see your movies and remember you, does the gravesite need to exist? Do we need the physical space to be taken up when you're no longer here? I don't think so. I don't think I'm an overly spiritual person, but I do kind of believe in the fact that like your legacy, your memory will live on regardless of what happens to your body. I don't think we need to say goodbye to a body when we have memories, when we have all that. I don't think the goodbye to the body truly matters. I think for closure, you don't want someone to go missing, but, if someone just dies of old age, I don't think we need to keep the motherfucker on the mantelpiece. That's all I'm saying. But yeah, that sort of, I thought that was what I took away the most from Father Stu was he was getting busy dying, bro. You're not getting busy living, then get busy dying, or whatever they say. And that's what he was doing. And he was trying to spread, whatever he believed in, something that I think is BS, but that's just me. And it was inspirational. I thought that he went through what he went through and kept faith. And I guess some people need faith to keep going. A lot of people are scared of what happens after death. A lot of people they need to know that they're going to a peaceful place if they follow, a bunch of these rules and specifically they've got to make sure that they hate queers and everything's going to be okay. But yeah, man, another one that didn't really get me going heaps. I'm I'll probably give this one a 6.5, honestly. So nothing huge this week. Nothing crazy. We'll be here with Oppenheimer next week with the board man. And you know what it is, man. Oh, those are old emails. Yeah. Please tell a friend about the Welcome to the Poddy podcast. I'm sorry about this week. I'm so lit right now. I don't have board man, and I watched shit movies. So maybe this episode sucked. Maybe it didn't. But regardless of that, I love you guys. Don't forget to love yourselves. And as always, bung bung.